Hello. In this video, I'm going to explain how the Automation Racing Association thing works. This is basically a concept that I pretty much created like 2 days ago because making automation cars and not having competition for them to compete against is kind of boring. So stars, yeah, I just made this. So basically, what this is people submit their car. So these aren't cars that people submit directly to me. These are just random ones I pulled directly off the BeamNG website, aside from these two, which are made by me. But what will happen is we're gonna have different classes, so for cars to compete against. So class one is going to be engine, which is it's not going to be engine, but basically class one. The specs for that is going to be either inline four, five, six, boxer, or V6 engines. Drivetrain will be rear wheel drive, all wheel drive, or front wheel drive. And the year for class ones, all class ones, or yeah, all classes, is 2010 or later, unless it's a 90s, early 2000s, or an 80s specific class. And that's a class one, along with the body styles being coupe or hatchback. Yeah, did I make a sedan? I'm gonna add sedan in that as well. And the horsepower for that is going to be between 100 and 350. Class 2 will be either engines are going to be either inline 4, 5, 6, boxer, V6, V8, drivetrain, rear wheel drive, all wheel drive, or front wheel drive, 2010 or later, and body styles can be either coupe, hatch, sedan, with the horsepower being from 350 to 550. And in class 3, and there's more classes, this is just the first 3 classes because if I named all of them, this would be a super boring video. Engine is going to be V6 or V8, drivetrain rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, year 2010 or later, body styles, coupe, hatch, sedan, and horsepower is going to be 550 to 750. Now, there's also going to be other classes that are geared towards more specific cars. There's going to be a wagon class where, let me pull that up, engines can be V6, V8, V10, V12, drivetrain, AWD, rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, year 2010. Later, body styles, wagon with a horsepower of 550 to 750. Now, all this is still a work in progress, so some of the specs can change over time, just like in real life with racing. There's also a class for trucks, class for SUVs. Do I have a hatchback on here? No. There's class for rally vehicles, and then of course your supercars and stuff like this thing. Class for just V8 kind of like pony cars like this right here. So that's the classes, and basically the way you submit your car is it's gonna be in the Discord. So when an event pops up, or just whenever I feel like it, I'm gonna try and make it where there's different people that can host events, so everyone can host an event. That way, in case like I'm busy with something, it's just not people sitting around doing nothing. So how it will work is, let's say if someone's hosting an event, you can whatever their specs for that, like whatever class they choose. Like if they choose class one, then basically what you do is I'm gonna probably just make a channel for this, or you can send it to them directly. I'm not sure which one. I need to drink water. Um, you can probably send it to them directly with a picture of the car, at least 2 pictures, front, back, and maybe side. The spec sheet, so that way you can verify that everything on the car is correct and matches up with that class. And then from there on, that person will enter in the race. Now, how many cars can be in a race depends on that person's computer. My computer is pretty good in automation cars due to them being very lack in detail. You can have a lot of them, and mine seems laggy right now because my computer's been running for like hours on end right now, and also depends on the map. So number of cars is just completely random. I think I could probably fit like maybe 2 more cars in here. That's if my computer's in good condition, or if it's cooled down enough. Now, for the important part, how this will work is I'm going to use the AI. And I know for some people that may seem weird, but there's some of us automation creators that can't drive to save our own lives. really good at driving in a straight line, so use that. However, a user on Reddit, let me pull up their name real quick if I have it on here. Give me 1 second. Get dunked on, done kiddo. I don't know how. I'm pretty sure that's not how it's pronounced, but close enough. And he basically figured out how to make the AI race around tracks at Karochi Circuit without them doing some weird stuff. So how it worked is basically F11 map editor, make all the roads that are not connected to this main road -1 driving, and that'll make it where the AI only goes on this road. Now, what I'm doing right here is I'm setting the AI to random, and then I'm also going to make it where their awareness is off. This will make it basically where they're not scared of each other. And I set their drivability to 0.9. I have no idea what drivability does, but I don't know, it looks cool, so I'm gonna set it to 9. So all the AI will be pretty much programmed to be the same. They're gonna be programmed for their awareness to be off, drivability to the max, and so since this is AI ran, just as a little bit of kind of like an advisory, as we know, the AI is not exactly a perfect driver. So if you make a 1,000 horsepower rally car with no traction, that's probably going to be beat out by something with 350 horsepower that does have traction. Because, of course, that AI car is most likely going to crash. Pretty much I would also as well, because I don't think there's very many people aside from like Group B rally drivers that can drive 1,000 horsepower rally cars with like no traction at all. So I've set up the AI right now. I'm gonna press J to, of course, unpause it. I don't know how loud this is gonna be, so if you can't hear me, I don't know. Another thing I forgot to add in, the way the AI is gonna pass each other is I've turned on simplified collisions. How I did that is you're gonna go into options, go to gameplay, scroll down, you'll see physics, and this will basically make it where the vehicles will not collide with each other or with its own parts. So this cuts down on lag tremendously and makes it where hopefully we can get some interesting races. So I'm gonna leave it off here. Hopefully this recording went well. I have no idea, but that's it for now.